And a good evening to you from Brunswick Community College. Today on YouTube, it's Dolphins basketball as your unbeaten Brunswick Dolphins at 5-0, 2-0 here at home. Take on the finale of a two-game homestand against Francis Marion Patriots, the JV program that comes in at 2-1. Hi, everybody. Chris Sheeman here with you. Let's meet the starting lineups for the Patriots first, and Jacob Zedner. It's number 0, Shamar Martin. Number 5, Trayvon Miles. Number 11 is Christopher Snipes. Number 22, Tay Eddy. And number 30, Jalen Freeman. Now for Walter Shaw with 412 wins and your unbeaten Dolphins. It's number 1, Deontay Petrie. Number 3, Philip Burwell. Number 23, Josiah Shackelford. Number 24, Shaman Alston. And number 35, Skylar Davies. Dolphins off since the 21st. They beat another JV program, Chowan's JV team, 106-67. Dolphins shot 58% in that game, and Skylar Davies with a perfect start on his first shot. They were 46% from behind the arc in their last game, 28 assists, 42 field goal makes in the victory. Shaman Alston had 22 at 9 of 16. Philip Burwell, 9 assists and 5 points. So, Dolphins looking to go to 6-0 and 3-0 here at home. And leading it, getting the stop here on their first possession as well. These two teams meeting for the 6th all-time as Skylar Davies has back-to-back buckets. He's shooting 55% from the field, by the way. 8 points per ball game. A guy who didn't get a lot of run last year is getting a lot of opportunity this year as Edie is fouled. So Brunswick leads the all-time series 5-zip. Dolphins won both meetings last year. It was close at home back on February 16th. Dolphins won at 98-82. Brunswick winning at Francis Marion on the 21st of February, 98-65. So, closer at home, a blowout at Francis Marion, 4-2 right now in favor of the Dolphins. Petrie, Burwell extra pass to Davies. They're looking for him, and he's 3 for 3. He's got all 7 points. Skylar Davies, who averages 8 a game. Dolphins are 12th in the NJCAA in Division I in points per ball game at 98.5. Shaman Alston the steal. No, Davies is 4 for 4, and it's Skylar Davies 9. Francis Marion 2. Miles into the forecourt for the Patriots. Takes it right of the lane, trying to body up Shackelford, and that's not an easy task, but Trayvon Miles succeeds. Skylar Davies show again, his first miss, got kind of an awkward angle at that one. Martin pushes it into the circle, into the lane, and scores, so it's 9-6 on back-to-back buckets. We're 2 minutes in here. Philip Burwell getting the start today. Petrie for 3, no. Davies can't get that one to go, so Davies has all 9 points. He's missed his last 2 shots. Now here's Francis Marion. Again into the forecourt, Edie. Again, it's Miles against Shackelford. Shackelford wins the battle this time. Davies had the rebound, lost it. Now players on the ground, Snipes and Davies. They'll call it a jump ball, and it'll stay with Francis Marion. So Patriots keep possession, 2.5 minutes in. Edie will inbound left of the hoop, shot clock back at 20. Martin on the near side, guarded by Petrie. Shot clock is down to 5. And a hoist to beat the clock with 1. Edie couldn't get it. Offensive rebound underneath, tipped by Miles, no. And a third time now for the Patriots here on this possession. Shackelford takes it away, though. Throws it ahead to Petrie. Petrie, alley-oop. Davies lays it up and in, and Skylar Davies has all 11 points for Brunswick. It's 11-6, and it's all Skylar Davies here tonight so far. Miles on the near side, 16:42 to go here in the half. Miles steps inside the arc, can't get the bucket. Rebound by guess who? Skylar Davies. It's the Davies show as he throws it underneath. Shackelford almost went out of bounds, able to tiptoe. Ball swung to Petrie, drives baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. finale of 2 straight at home for Brunswick. Next Saturday, they're at the this Saturday, I should say, at the Salkehatchie Classic. They're going to take on a good program, Gordon State. Be a good test for Brunswick. And then next Saturday, they're at Central Carolina. We'll be back with you on the 17th. It's the rematch against Monroe. That'll be a fun one as part of the Holiday Classic. Folks, come on down for that one. As much as I love chatting with you here on the broadcast, it's a fun one. A nice steal by Burwell. Petrie got the outlet as he was running down the lane, had it stripped away, so it'll stay with Brunswick, and A for effort there, Philip Burwell. He's averaging 7 assists per ball game. He was out of action for a little while. Good to see him back in. Here's Davies again, and he's got all 14 points. Skylar Davies, 14-6 over Francis Marion. This is incredible. Davies, the hot hand. 16:07 to go here. Woodland into the game. Gerard Woodland. And his bounce pass is off the mark. Goes out of bounds, intended for Daquan Heron, who's into the game as well. So we've played 4 minutes. Skylar Davies has 14 points. Brunswick leads by 8. Burwell out to Petrie for 3. Yes! And somebody other than Skylar Davies finally scratches Petrie. 42% from behind the arc. Dolphins shooting 34% as a team, but they're 47% as a team from 3 in their last 2 games. Skylar Davies has 2. Shackelford the rejection. Josiah gets it to Petrie. Philip Burwell, his rocket pass is intercepted. Taken by Michael James, who had his shot blocked out of bounds. With 15:19 to go here in this opening half. Both teams getting up and down, but Brunswick already up by 11. Patriots coming off a loss against Denmark Tech on the 22nd of November. They lost by 6, 77-71. Their second to last game here in the first half of the season. Stevens to Woodland. Woodland drives left of the lane, swings it out to the corner. That's James. Up top, Stevens for 3 with 1 on the shot clock. Shimon Alston has the rebound. Petrie into the forecourt on the far side. Or correction, Burwell to Petrie. And Petrie with back-to-back triples. Brunswick up by 14. 20-6. And now Davies is going to be called. And he's a little over-aggressive there on the full court press. We got a timeout. So Skylar Davies scores the first 14 points in the game. And then Deontay Petrie with the last 6. Let's run back some of these plays by Skylar Davies, who had the hot hand early. Take a look at a couple of them here while we wait for the inbound to come. Here's the alley-oop. So Davies with a good start to this one. Full court press. Lance Anthony into the game for Walter Shaw. Top of the key, Edie for 3, bricked it. So, Jarian Hancock, Lance Anthony into the game. A host of subs have come on while we were looking at the play. Trey Cousin, Devin, Bristow into the game, and also Cameron Lawson. So that's the new 5 for Brunswick. Oh, we're not on the live screen, are we? Okay. Sorry about that, folks. We missed a shot on Francis Marion's in, though, so we didn't miss too much. Sometimes this thing freezes up when I try to get fancy. Here's a 3 by Lawson. Rims it in. So I mentioned the Dolphins almost 50% from 3 in their last 2 games. They have hit 5 3-pointers. They've got 23 points on the board. We've played 6 minutes and change. Catch and shoot by Freeman, no good. And it looks like they're going to call a blocking foul. 13:53 left to go. Brunswick already with 3 team fouls, which is finally Francis Marion ends the drought. It was 9-6 at one point, so 14 straight points by Brunswick ended there. Lance Anthony out near midcourt. Jarian Hancock attacks and scores. This is really easy tonight for Brunswick, and the defense is lacking in a bad pass there. Anthony with the steal. Attacks no. Tipped up by 2 Brunswick players. And finally out on the run. Here comes Francis Marion. Miles with the bounce pass. And it's off the foot of his teammate out of bounds. Ball goes back to Brunswick. 13:20 to go here in this opening half. And I believe we're going to have time. So we'll go away, come back here in just a moment. Good start for Brunswick. They lead by 17. Deontay Petrie is 2 for 2 from downtown as Philip Burwell picks up another assist. He finds him there. Good start for Brunswick. They lead this game by 17. Chris Sheeman back here with you. Last home game until the Christmas Classic for the Dolphins. Bristow, Devon turnaround shot off the back iron. And Cousin tried to keep it alive, but Francis Marion with the possession now. Into the forecourt, it's Edie on the near side, guarded by Cousin. Lawson on a switch. It's swung over to the left. That's Heron, I believe. Top of the key, Freeman for 3. Yes. So Francis Marion back-to-back buckets after Brunswick scored 14 unanswered. It's a 14-point lead with 12 and a half left to go here in this opening half. Anthony into the forecourt. Anthony hangs it no. Bristow tried to tip the rebound now on the deflection. He gets it out to Lawson. Extra pass, Trey Cousin for 3. No. Bristow skied for it, then found it on the ground. Devon swings it out to Lawson. Lawson pull up from the baseline is an air ball. Good box out by Edie for the Patriots. Dolphins 5-0. Mostly winnable games, I would say. The Monroe game was the real tough test. First game of the year. Martin called for the offensive foul. 2 on the Patriots, 3 on Brunswick. Nearing 12 minutes to go here in the half. Make it 3-3 on team fouls as Edie's called for a block. So Lawson is going to inbound it. Bristow, the two-hand jam, and Brunswick leads by 16. So Devon Bristow on the board. If you're just joining us, Skylar Davies scored the first 14 points in this game. Edie swings it out. Here's Martin on the near side. Martin's going to throw that right out of bounds. The way the Dolphins are cooking offensively, I think I'm going to have to dig into the record book here. We might be bringing out the record book if this continues here in this in the second half at least. Cousin for 3, no. Austin tips it to himself, then ran out of real estate. So Francis Marion back on offense. Martin into the forecourt. Martin the hezzy and go. And the post moves are no good for Francis Marion, though Martin collects. Martin, the putback, no. Bristow deflected it. So Francis Marion really crashing the glass, but can't hit any shots. Now Hancock is going to be fouled. That's 4 team fouls with 10:57 to go here in this opening half. So Dolphins get the turnover. Now Trey Cousin is wide open, and he rims in the 3. Trey Cousin has upped his shooting. He struggled a bit in the first few games from behind the arc. He's at 33% now, but he's been hotter, especially at home. And that'll be another turnover for the Patriots. (30-11), 10:39 left to go here in this opening half. Chris Sheeman, glad to be with you. Cousin, the extra pass. Bristow is held, and he is fouled. Folks, while Devon goes to the free throw line, I got to take a timeout here and text our cameraman to see if I can fix a little issue that we're having. So Devon Bristow rims in the first one. Brunswick's lead is 20. Looks like Gerard Woodland back into the game. All the players from Francis Marion are from South Carolina. A lot of local products as Bristow gets both of them. We have a timeout on the courts. And keep it here, and I hope you'll allow me some personal reflection here. Today, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, is my 20th anniversary of my very first broadcast. Back in 2001, when I was a freshman student at Cleveland State University, still a Vikings fan to this day, I called a Cleveland State women's basketball game through a company called Teamline. And if you go to their website is exactly the same as it was in 2001, teamline.cc. We did it through a phone line, and people back then, they had to pay 2 cents a minute to listen to 19-year-old Chris Sheeman pretend like he knew what the hell he was doing. Some might say I still don't know what I was doing. Oh, that first game. I don't remember a lot. Sometimes people will come up to me and reference a game that I did, and I'll have no idea what they were talking about. But I remember that first game very well. So 20 years as we get a turnover here. Gerard Woodland turns it over. And 5 of those with Walter Shaw. Walter Shaw in Brunswick has become my longest client. I worked in radio for a little bit after college, and I've been freelancing like this. Alley-oop, Hancock on the reverse, couldn't get it to go. I've been freelancing since 2010, so 11 years with my own business. Another turnover. Anthony's got a lane. Hancock, he traveled or did something there. They just let it go. I'm not going to complain. Full court press is on. So a quarter of my 20 years in broadcasting with Walter Shaw, and I'm kind of really happy that my anniversary day today, I get to do a Brunswick game. I was really excited when all the schedules for everybody came out, and I saw December 1st we had a Brunswick game. It's like, oh, I know that's an important day for me, and I'm glad I get to share it with the Dolphins family. And they have become like family. Lawson for 3, in and out. Anthony on the block, had his putback blocked out of bounds by Christian Stevens, number 24 for Francis Marion. So a big thanks to everybody, especially in the early days, who gave me a chance to do this on my own. I wasn't going to last in radio. It's a terrible industry. Awful, awful people. And I knew if I was going to stay in sports broadcasting, I was going to have to strike out on my own. And there's Cameron Frombarger into the game shooting the three. Walter Shaw has without a doubt been at the top of that list, especially over these last 5 years. There were a couple of years where we were in Florida. My ex-girlfriend and I took a bit of a risk to move to Florida. It did not go well. Walter Shaw was, and this remote broadcasting that we started doing was really the thing that kept me going during those couple of years. I'm glad to be back in the Carolinas, though. And I can't wait to see everybody at the Christmas tournament in a couple of weeks. I've got that one circled on my calendar. That's going to be fun. So anyway, sorry I droned on for a while there, but I appreciate your listening. 16 fouls now on the Patriots. Deontay Petrie is a 50-50 free throw shooter as he goes to the line and misses the first one. Carrington Wise in the game for Francis Marion, wearing number 34 for the Patriots JV program. So Petrie right at his season average. 35-13 Brunswick. They have cooled off a little bit. Shaman Alston is back into the game. Deuce Dixon is out there for the first time. Petrie, Frombarger, and Shackelford. Frombarger with the steal. Frombarger on the run, yes. Cameron Frombarger, 46% shooter. Good defense as well. Martin from the elbow, nope. Shackelford aboard. Josiah Shackelford, 5th in Division I with 11.8 rebounds per ball game. He's 6th in scoring at 24.8. And he's still shooting 81%, 3rd best in Division I. And I got to think if his numbers can stay that strong, he'll eventually be the leader. Edie steps left. 3 off the back iron. Wise the rebound, put back off the glass. More offensive rebounds. This has been the sore spot today for Brunswick on the defensive glass. Normally a pretty good rebounding team. They're 19th, in fact, in Division I in defensive rebounds at 31.8 per ball game. But Francis Marion, to their credit, is outworking them on the glass. Still Brunswick in cruise control here. Martin gets the bucket and the foul. Shamar Martin. Frombarger called for the foul. That is 4 on Brunswick. 7:22 left to play here in this opening half. Free ball in the corner. Deontay Petrie has his 3rd triple of the night. One of the things I did not expect to do 20 years into broadcasting is I've got to coordinate things somewhat. So the play-by-play is going to be a little off here for a couple minutes, folks. I'm talking to the camera guy. There's a little bit of an issue with the video that I'm trying to straighten out. And, oh, good, we have a timeout, so I don't have to disrupt anything. We're going to take a break while I fix this. We'll be back. All right, welcome back, everybody. Chris Sheeman back here with you. 6:47 left to go in this half. All Brunswick here tonight. 40-15. Deontay Petrie into the forecourt. Dixon on the left wing. Here's Alston left of the lane, drives into the lane. Bucket is short. Rebound controlled by Edie for Francis Marion. Patriots out on the run. Their 3-ball off the mark, and another deflection and offensive rebound. Martin gets it underneath. First bucket, no good. And the second leads to a foul. It'll be the 5th on Brunswick. Snipes, I believe, is going to the free throw line. That's Christopher Snipes, the junior. 40-16 is the correct score. It was off by a point there on the scoreboard here. First free throw, the Plinko bounce. As Snipes gets the first one to go. And the second as well. Brunswick by 22. Skylar Davies, if you're just joining us, scored the first 14 points. Shimon Alston long on the 3. Petrie, the rebound. Putback is no good. Tip for the rebound. Alston had a couple cracks at it, but Patriots come out with it. Into the forecourt, Freeman. And Freeman is fouled by Shackelford. Shackelford's been quiet. He doesn't have a bucket here tonight, I don't believe, with 5:58 left to go here in this opening half. Jalen Freeman, a freshman. Skylar Davies going to check in for Josiah Shackelford. Both teams with 16 fouls. Philip Burwell is into the game. Shimon Alston will sit down. And Stevens returns for Francis Marion. So both free throws are good. Francis Marion has cut it down to 20. Deuce Dixon, 5.2 assists per ball game. Here's Frombarger, throws it to Davies. Davies right of the lane, up top Dixon. Dixon attacks, back to Skylar. Skylar is fouled on his way to the hoop. So that's 17 fouls. Skylar Davies will go to the line for a 1-and-1. He's a 50-50 free throw shooter. Dolphins shooting just 60% from the charity stripe this year. First free throw is money for Skylar. Davies gets the second one. He is a little bit long on it, but the friendly rim inside the home gym. Full court press now for Brunswick. Brunswick averaging 8.8 steals per ball game. 5.5 left to go here in this opening half. Martin top of the key. That is Freeman, I believe. Martin in the corner. Face up 3, no good. Another offensive rebound. This time by Stevens. His step back is an air ball. The shot clock reset. It didn't matter. It shouldn't have. Skylar Davies has fouled again. So he's going back to the line for a 1-and-1. Daquan Herron picks up the foul. So Davies hit a couple free throws. He's back at it. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. Davies stays perfect at the line. Dolphins, I mentioned, started hot in this game. 3 times this year they've shot over 56% from the field. They're 15th in Division I in field goal percentage at 52.2. and fifth in field goal makes per game with 37.4. Right now they're getting it done from the charity stripe. Martin cleared some space and buries the jumper, 44-22. Dixon, what a pass by Deuce. Extra pass, Frohnbarger to Davies for three. And Davies with his first miss, I believe. Martin on the near side, guarded by Petrie. 4:35 remaining here in this opening half. Martin attacks. That's got to be a block, or an offensive foul is what I meant to say, as Davies took the charge. Might have been in the restricted area, though. And that's what Shamar Martin, I believe, is arguing to no avail. 4:30 left to go. Brunswick gets it back. 9 team fouls now on Francis Marion as well. So next defensive foul, Dolphins will be in the double bonus. Here's Dixon, an open look at three. Can't get it to go. Frohnbarger, the rebound. His shot is blocked. So Patriots get a stop, and that bounce pass almost trickled away. Francis Marion has struggled at times against the press. Almost turned it over there, but keep hope alive. James out near midcourt to the cutter, Martin. Martin off the back iron. Dixon the rebound. Dixon drives right at the lane, kicks it out to Burwell. Davies scores again. So he's up to 16 now here tonight. Heron walks it up for the Patriots. 3:33 remaining in the half. Heron drives over 2 defenders. Davies might have blocked it. Dixon attacks, scoops it up and in. So Deuce Dixon, that's just his second field goal of the season. He has been dishing it out. Here comes Jarian Hancock back into the game. So Hancock back into the game. Cameron Lawson has come in for Brunswick as well. Woodland returns for Francis Marion. Off the deflection, he brings it up. Mismatch with Davies on him. Freeman for three, got it to go. 48-25. Dixon turns on the Jets again, goes to the hoop, and he's fouled. So Deuce Dixon starting to look for his shot. This is something that once we get into region play, going to need to see a little more of from Deuce. Dixon, I don't believe he has any free throw attempts yet this year. So first time at the line. Off on that first one. Brunswick in the double bonus. Finishing the month of November at 5-0. That makes it 30 wins in the month of November for Brunswick since 2016. As Dixon gets the second. Trap is on again. And Heron brings it up. Heron lost it. It's deflected, but it comes to Stevens. Now James throws it up, looking for a whistle. Instead, it's Davies on the rebound. Out to Hancock. Extra pass. Philip Burwell lays it up and in. Brunswick has passed the century mark. They've scored over 100 points 2 times already this year. At a season-high 112 against St. Andrews JV. Heron into the forecourt. 2:17 to play here in this half, and we have a timeout. We'll step aside as well late in the first half. It's been all Brunswick since the opening tip, as the Dolphins looking good here at home. Back to live action. It's Francis Marion with the basketball. 2:12 remaining in the half. This is Edie over to Freeman. Cross court, Heron. Shot clock's at 1. Heron doesn't realize, and he scores the bucket, but they're going to say it left his hand after the shot clock wound down, and I think that's the right call. I don't think the horn sounded right away. It was bang, bang, but I think the officials got it right. Jarian Hancock drives in. Pull up short. Second effort, yes. So Hancock makes it a 28-point lead for Brunswick here in this opening half. Now a steal by Dixon in transition. And he turns it right back over. Heron spinning, loses control. And it's a bit sloppy here to close out the half as Hancock gets the easy 2 off the dime from Cameron Lawson. The lead grows to 30. 55-25. Stevens is trapped, and do they get the tie-up? If Brunswick does, they'll get the basketball back. They do. Credit for Burwell and Davies there. 1:16 left to play here until halftime, and Skylar Davies will inbound it. Full court press, a staple of Walter Shaw. And it is work like gangbusters here tonight. Philip Burwell splits the defense. Oh, man, that did everything but go in. It kissed every inch of the rim and fell out. Edie is going to be fouled, and that will be a 1-and-1 for the Patriots. Dixon, the guilty party. But that is team foul number 7 on Brunswick. Interested to see how Brunswick comes out against Gordon State. Good program at the Salkehatchie Classic down at South Carolina on Saturday. They've had 3 games in their first 6 and 3 of their last 5 games against JV programs. Those 2 teams that came up from Maryland to play in the Cape Fear Classic were not exactly putting up much resistance either. You know, you had that first game against Monroe, and man, for a first game of the season, as Cameron Lawson gets the 3, now the steal, Philip Burwell with the bucket. So 5 quick points for Brunswick, and now almost another turnover here. Boy, Patriots got to take care of the basketball. 6-second difference between game and shot clock. Put back by Stevens off the miss. No, they're still going after those loose balls. Credit the Patriots for that. But other than that, it's been a miserable half. They'll hold for the final shot. Anyways, just to finish up what I was going to say is, you know, you had that first really intense game and then 5 pretty easy games since then. Here's Dixon for 3. Missed it short. Rebound controlled by Stevens, but won't get it off in time as we go to the half. And Brunswick is in control by a lot. 60-27. A 33-point halftime lead for Brunswick. We'll step aside for the half. We'll come back in 15 minutes. Bring it all the second half action as Brunswick looks to go to 6-0 and 3-0 here at home. And they're looking like they're well on their way to that. Your score at the half, it's Brunswick 60, Francis Marion 27. We'll be back with the second half in about 15. Don't go too far. All right, welcome back to Brunswick. Chris Sheeman here with you once again, and the Dolphins are in control, up by 33. It's 60-27. Y'all just ever have a terrible day at work? I'm dealing with people are not well right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I can say about society as a whole. In my dealings with individual people on a daily basis, they are not well. I spent the bulk of my halftime just scratching my head at some of the things. Move the camera, please. Do we even have a camera guy up there? Good. Man. So Shaman Alston misses that bucket, and we got a tie-up. And the jump ball, I believe, is with Brunswick. So Brunswick is going to have 20 on the shot clock. Skylar Davies, if you're just joining us, got the scoring started. He scored the first 14 points. Deontay Petrie, who buried that mid-range shot, hit 6 after Davies hit his first 14, scored the first 14 points. Petrie, on a couple of threes, scored 6 straight. Dolphins, it was briefly 9-6. That was about as close as it's been. Here's Petrie, heat check time off the back iron. Shackelford has not scored today, and it's 62-27. That tells you something about the depth. Shackelford setting up Petrie. Again, Petrie on the cut score, so 64-27. This is Miles for Francis Marion. He was blocked by Davies. Miles gets it back, draws the foul, and got the bucket. So Trayvon Miles goes to the line, try to complete an old school three-point play. Miles from the PD area. A lot of kids on this JV team for Francis Marion from the PD. Brunswick at 5-0. Francis Marion is 2-1. Burwell can't get the three to go. Ooh, that's a hard fall. Oh, man, that kid got up quick, thankfully. Looks like Shaman Alston is okay as well, but that was Christopher Snipes who took a really wicked fall. One of the things that I'm realizing as I get older is I can feel the pain of others when that happens. At 39 years old, I'd still be on the ground. Alley-oop. Alston tips it in. And a nice pass by Deontay Petrie. We've got Petrie, we've got Lance Anthony, Philip Burwell, all averaging over 4, around 4.5 plus assists per ball game. Petrie's at 4.4, Anthony 4.8. Philip Burwell is averaging 7 assists. Dolphins 4th in Division I with 25 assists per ball game. Deontay Petrie almost had a steal there. And they have assisted on the last about 70% of all the baskets in the last 3 games. 71%, my apologies, by the Dolphins have been assisted on. Good ball movement, unselfish play. Shackelford doesn't have a point, and Brunswick's up by, I'm starting to lose count, 39. Woodland into the game. Here's Heron for 3. That shot clock was winding down, and they're actually going to make Brunswick inbound. This is one of those little things I think about college basketball and basketball in general, because I see it in the NBA too. Just get rid of that. There's no need to stop it. Brunswick clearly had the basketball. Just play on. Let them have the break. They make so many awkward, complicated rule changes every year. Why not something like that? How about Skylar Davies today? He's got 18. And he is looking like a man on a mission. It is 70-29. The route has been on for a while, and we got another turnover as the Patriots throw it away. Sunday, Francis Marion's going to be at home against Winston-Salem. I believe that's a prep school. And that will be it for the first half of the season for Francis Marion. Davies out to Petrie. He thought about it, drives in, throw up. No, how about Skylar Davies throwing it down? Skylar Davies, I believe he's got 22 now. Trying to get the block, instead it's a bucket for Woodland. The lead is 41, and Davies for 3. Not this time. Although I appreciate the confidence in the young man. Wise got the rebound. Woodland drives in. Stevens can't get the 3. Shackelford the rebound. Josiah. Oh boy, look out. Yeah, that's going to be an offensive foul. And a business decision there by 5'7" Gerard Woodland. So Shackelford picks up his second. That's 3 team fouls on Brunswick. God bless that man for taking that charge. I don't know if I'd be able to do it. 5'7". Now a turnover. Here's Shimon Alston. He was stripped, and do we have a foul? Looks like it's going back. Offensive, maybe goaltending interference, as Alston tried to dunk it, and that hung on the rim, and the ball, I believe, deflected on the rim. Woodland into the forecourt. I'll save my complaints for the officials for region games. This one's not worth it. 72-33. I think that was the right call. I think actually the officials have done really well today. Alston open look at the 3 off the back rim. Rebound by Woodland. Here's Wise. He rims it in. So Carrington Wise, Cardinal Newman High School product. 72-35. Here's the alley-oop. Shackelford's on the board. I have a little bit of a strained vocal cord situation, so I'm really kind of scaling back. I want to be 100% by the time the Christmas tournament comes on the 17th. But I really enjoyed that dunk by Shackelford and a couple of dunks we've seen by Davies. How about the outlet Davies to Petrie, and he lays it up and in. 76-35, 14:07 left to go in this ball game, and the Dolphins are pouring it on. Looking to go to 6-0 all-time against Francis Marion. Daquan Heron buried that 3. Now Shackelford. Shackelford throws it up and in. So he's got back-to-back buckets. 13:45 left to go. I believe we have a timeout as Walter Shaw gets ready to bring in the second group of 5. But we're going to take a break before that happens. We'll tell you about the subs here in just a minute when we come back. Chris Sheeman back here with you. 13 minutes and 44 seconds left to go. Trey Cousin, Lance Anthony, Deuce Dixon, Jarian Hancock all into the game. I believe Devon Bristow is the other player. We can't see that side of the court yet where Devon might be camped out. It is Bristow, so that's the 5 right now for Brunswick. 3 is up and good for Francis Marion. Jalen Freeman hit that triple. Jarian Hancock to the elbow. Dixon out on the wing. Back to Hancock. Trey Cousin, extra pass looking for Bristow. That's off the mark and out of bounds. Brunswick hasn't turned the ball over too much here today. They had a couple sloppy stretches in the first half late, and that's going to be 5 seconds. That was more like 6 or 7 seconds, but either way, Brunswick's going to get that turnover as Francis Marion, their GV team, has really struggled against Brunswick's press. I did want to bring out the record book just to give you some reference. How about the largest margin of victory? We're at 37 here. How about an 84-point victory against Sampson Community College for Brunswick? That happened February 20th, 2000. I don't think we're going to get there. Let's see, 78 points on the board. The most points in a game, well, you can guess. It was that Sampson game. 133 points. Again, that was February 22nd, 2000. Brunswick came close to that against Mount Zion back in 2020 as Lance Anthony gets the layup. The closest they've been is 128. So they're at 80 right now. You know, I would say that record would be tough, but anything's doable, especially once we get late and the defense goes further sleeping once it looks like Sunday night at the gym, if you understand what I'm saying. The points could rack up. Trey Cousin looking for Bristow. Pass deflected out. 12:25 remaining in the ball game, and Dixon got tied up. Jump ball will give it back to Francis Marion. Anyways, just a couple of items of note. The record book was only updated. It doesn't include last year, I believe. It says it was updated, April in 2020. So none of last year's stats are on here. Brunswick has already put Francis Marion into the bonus. So Trayvon Miles for the 1-and-1. Got them both. 80-46. Trey Cousin attacks, goes right by the defense. I think even Chris Sheeman would have averaged 3 or 4 points a game with defense like that. My goodness. I didn't know until I came to the Carolinas that JV basketball was even really a thing. A lot of NAIA teams have development teams. Francis Marion's a D2. Certain D2s have them. So the foul's racking up for Brunswick. Trayvon Miles back at the line. Fouls and rebounding today. If you had to criticize the Dolphins for something, as coaches are prone to do, even when it's 82-46. Defensive rebounding, which hasn't been a problem all year. Bit of a problem today. Lance Anthony got tied up at the rim. And it looks like, I'm going to say Tay Eddy was out of bounds. So it'll stay with Brunswick with 23 on the shot clock. And 11:48 on the game clock. Lance Anthony going to call for time. We'll take it with them. 11:48 left to go. It's 82-47, the correct score on your screen. We'll be back. So Anthony calls timeout to maintain possession. Got to get it in. Does to Bristow. Bristow scores. Chris Sheeman back here with you. It's 84 now to 47. Francis Marion into the forecourt. Martin back into the game, dribbling on the wing. Defense been pretty good for the Dolphins, especially from behind the arc. Opponent shooting just 24% from three. That's 8th best in Division I. As you see, that three was off the mark. Another jump ball. Team still scrapping. Brunswick this time had possession. And that ball deflected out. You know, if you're one of these JV development team, whatever you want to call it, players, and it's 84-47, I want to show Jacob Zedner who's still playing, who's out there giving it their all. Shamar Martin called for the foul. That's just the first on the Patriots with 11:23 to go in the half. Jacob Zedner got to get off the court. He was past that line marker. Jarian Hancock falls down, kept the dribble though, scoops it out to Dixon. Anthony, Trey Cousin with the dribble, can't get the bucket, but a late whistle, and it's going against Brunswick. Oh, they called goaltending. My apology. Saw the net kind of move. I wonder if one of the defenders for Francis Marion came up through the net. That must have been what happened. Eddie keeps the dribble into the forecourt. Spinning and shooting and scoring is Trayvon Miles. So Trayvon having a good second half. Cousin was out of bounds. Brunswick another turnover. 86-49, 10:43 left to go. Tay Eddy. Shamar Martin, step back three. Too strong. Dixon chases down the rebound. It's a 4-on-2. 4-on-3 as one defender comes up, and now free throws coming for Devon Bristow as he was hit hard. That's 2 team fouls on the Patriots, 5 on Brunswick. I thought Brunswick was over the limit, but apparently just 5 on the board, 5 team fouls nearing the midway point of this second half. Bristow, first free throw is good. Devon, 3.6 points per ball game. Shooting just 33% from the charity stripe this season, but it's 1 out of 2 this time. Ball deflected. Trey Cousin with the rebound. Then he had it stripped, got it back, and can't get the friendly bounce. Cousin, another offensive rebound. Trey, no, again, but he's fouled, and Trey Cousin goes to the line. Third team foul on Francis Marion. They didn't have any in the first 9 minutes. In the last about minute and a half, they've racked up 3. Trey Cousin is still perfect from the free throw line this season. See if that trend can continue. Yes. Chance to put Brunswick back up by 40 again. First miss of the year for Trey Cousin. Trapping pressure. Martin into the forecourt. Scoops it out, catch and shoot. Edie airballed the three. Martin got hit and a late whistle, but a good call as Bristow commits the foul. And now what? So Devon Bristow fouls him, and I believe there might have been a technical foul called on Francis Marion. And it goes on Shamar Martin. So the technical free throws will be taken by Bristow. Fourth team foul for Francis Marion. Technicals count as team fouls in college. 6 team fouls on Brunswick. We're just past the midway point here in this second half. Last home game for 16 days for Brunswick. Just 2 more games. Both of those on the road. They're at the Salkehatchie Classic on Saturday against Gordon State. And then next Saturday, they will be at Central Carolina. A couple of tune-ups before the Holiday Classic. Not sure what the holdup there was. Obviously, we couldn't see that side of the court. So now 2 free throws to come for the Patriots. Skylar Davies, Shaman Alston coming back into the game. Deontay Petrie returns, I believe. Did they kick out? Yeah, I think that Shamar Martin might have been kicked out, and they were waiting for him to leave the court. So that means Gerard Woodland will shoot these free throws. I thought more subs were coming in for Brunswick. First free throw is good for Francis Marion. Now here they come. I don't know why some came in and then some had to wait. It's one of those bureaucratic things, I guess. So Cameron Frohnbarger, Skylar Davies, Cameron Lawson, Philip Burwell, and Shaman Alston. That's going to be your 5 right now for Brunswick. Just past the midway point here in this second half. Brunswick has been in control from the get-go. 90-51, Davies the inbound, Shaman Alston. Good test coming on Saturday at the Salkehatchie Classic, Brunswick and Gordon State. Salkehatchie's had a good start to their year. One of the teams that's kind of fallen by the wayside the last couple of years, but is starting to come back into prominence, Spartanburg Methodist. Keep your eye on them. Of course, Caldwell will be there. Cape Fear will have something to say. Region play is going to be a lot of fun this year. Last year with COVID, it was fun. Don't get me wrong, but there's a different element this year. These teams have really bulked up. And of course, Dolphins still with their veteran team. Shaman Alston lays it up and in. You got 2 guys on a junior college team in Shackelford and Alston. It's December 1st, and they had committed to D1s long ago. Cameron Lawson commits the foul. That's 7 on Brunswick, so we're going to the 1-and-1, I believe, with 8:58 left to go. 92-53. It feels like this second half is just going to go on and on and on. So Tay Edie, freshman from North Charleston. I was talking to Morris College has a new head coach. He was a longtime high school coach down in Charleston. Talk about all the talent that's down there. That Low Country has some good basketball. especially that North Charleston area. Trying to see, where did Tay go to high school? He went to Stratford. More fouls on the Dolphins. So Gerard Woodland is at the free throw line. Once again, 18 fouls on Brunswick. The name of the new coach at Morris is escaping me now. I think it's Christopher Brown, but I could be wrong. It's been that kind of day, folks. 20th year in broadcasting, and this one sounds like my first ever game, doesn't it? Oh, man. 8:23 left to go. Philip Burwell, man, he just lulled the defense. Lulled them to sleep, and Skylar Davies says, thank you, Philip Burwell. That kid's going somewhere. Philip Burwell with the steal. We haven't seen a lot of Burwell. Made a bad pass there, but every time we've seen him, he was clutch down the stretch against Monroe in that victory. He's a good player. Looking forward to seeing a little bit more of him. Skylar Davies attacks. Goes Glass. Man, Skylar Davies, have yourself a day. 7:37 left to go. The lead is back over 40, 41, 96-55. We still got a lot of free throws to come and a long way to go. So, like I said, the points in a game record is 133. I think it'll be tough for Brunswick at this stage. But it's doable. Especially the way that the whistles are coming here in this second half down the stretch. Let's see, they would need what? 133 minus 96 would be 37, I believe. That's gonna be a lot of points in a short amount of time. But the season high at 112 is certainly a doable number. Burwell swings it out, lost and bounce pass to Davies. Davies pass deflected. Frohnbarger tried to save it, but couldn't. Patriots get a turnover. Catch and shoot three is off the side iron. Frohnbarger the board. Shimon Alston saved it. To Frohnbarger, it's a two-pointer, they say. Foot was on the line, but nice long-range shot. Cameron Frohnbarger shooting 46% on the season. From the baseline, Wise. That's deflected out. Last touch by Brunswick. Apparently we're going to take a media timeout. Nobody consulted me. I'm the media. There's no other media. Let's keep playing. I'm going to lose that battle, it looks like. So we'll step aside. About 7 minutes left to go. Dolphins in cruise control. Rolling here in this one. We'll be back. Well, that Brunswick Holiday Classic looks like just a footnote on the schedule, but we are going to be busy. 3 games on the Friday, 4 games including the women's game on Saturday, and then 3 more on Sunday. There's going to be some good programs coming to Brunswick for that Holiday Classic, including Monroe. They'll be Brunswick's first opponent. It'll be 5 p.m. on December 17th. I cannot wait for that rematch. 3 free throws now as the whistles are coming fast and furious. The Zebras are paid by the hour, I think. The only way it makes sense in this world. East Georgia, I know, has some connection to Walter Shaw. Richard Bland will be in that tournament. It's a 1 out of 3 at the free throw line. Harcum College from Pennsylvania will be another good team. And then, of course, Cape Fear. Brunswick, for the Holiday Classic, takes on Monroe College on that Friday. Saturday, they will face Harcum College from Pennsylvania. And then on Sunday, they'll take on East Georgia. And we're going to broadcast not only every Dolphins game during that tournament, but all the games. I don't want to miss a second of that tournament. That's going to be fun. There's going to be a lot of coaches on hand, a lot of coaches probably checking out the broadcasts. Skylar Davies puts Brunswick at the century mark. Now they get a steal. Cameron Lawson's, he almost shot it. Got it to Shaman Alston. And then Frohnbarger missed the 3. 5:35 to go in the ball game. Yeah, Brunswick for the 3rd time this year in 6 games is over 100 points. They came in 12th in Division I at 95.8 points per ball game. Shot clock down to 7. And the jack-up is an air ball. Shot clock did not reset. Ball deflected. Davies throws it ahead. Extra pass to Frohnbarger. No. Tip no. 3rd time's the charm for Cameron as he gets it to go. Inside 5 minutes to go. 4:53 and counting. Brunswick up by 46. They have led by double figures almost wire to wire, if you can believe that. It was briefly 9-6. Brunswick scored 14 straight points when it got to 9-6 early on. And that was all she wrote. Boy. Shaman Alston got fouled 2 different times there. No whistle. Trey Cousin into the game. Philip Burwell comes out. Another good game for him. I'm a fan of his. He reminds me of, I can't quite place it. Not Jalen Johnson. Jalen was more of a scorer. Woodland buries the triple from way downtown. I think it was before Jalen Johnson. Cameron Lawson for 3. Swish. Cameron Lawson shooting just 27% from behind the arc. But like I said, the Dolphins have been crushing it from downtown of late. Cameron Frohnbarger attacks after Lance Anthony got the steal. And the lead is, correction, it's 107-60. 107-62, my apologies. We have a stoppage here. Might be a timeout to get some subs in the game. We'll tell you about them as soon as they come into frame. So, I mean, the Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen, we talked about it the last couple of games, taking care of business. These are the games that are nice. You're expected to win. You handle your business. You do what you're supposed to do. Everybody gets on the court. Everybody gets some run. These are confidence builders going into the tougher portion of the season, and that is coming. And it's real tough this year. That Holiday Classic is not going to be a cakewalk for Brunswick. They're taking on Gordon State in at Salkehatchie's Gym on Saturday. Central Carolina's another kind of a throwaway. But I'm telling you, these region games are going to be something this year. Really looking forward to see what Spartanburg Methodist has done on their side. As a lot of people are saying that they are much improved. Nori Johnson, the head man there. 15 foul on Francis Marion, 3:18 left to go. It's 107-64. Dolphins started last season 7-0. They're going to go to 6-0 here today. As Davies on the second effort scores another. He's got to be close to 30. I lost count. Skylar Davies with a whale of a ball game. Player of the game by far. Josiah Shackelford only has 4 points, I believe, today, so his average is going to drop a little bit, but that tells you, like I said in the first half, a lot about the depth of this team where Josiah Shackelford, he wasn't off either. He just, everybody else is getting looks, and Shaq's the kind of kid who's going to be happy to have a 4-point night. See Skylar Davies go off. That's the kind of teammate he is. Blocking fouls, so count the bucket. Skylar Davies. This kid's for real, y'all. I know there's college coaches. Look, it's 111-64, and there's still 33 of you watching. I know some of you are college coaches because you'd have to be to keep watching this. This Skylar Davies is the real deal, y'all. 16 foul on Francis Marion. He's a kid. I said this before. Go back to the championship ceremony when they're cutting down the nets, and I said Cameron Frohnbarger, Skylar Davies, Lance Anthony. All of these guys that didn't get a lot of run last year, making the most of their opportunities here in 2021-22. So Brunswick has matched its season high for points in a game. Cameron Lawson going to try to put them up, and that will be the most points this season. 115-64. The lead is 51. Cameron Frohnbarger trying to rip it away. Skylar Davies. Where is the foul? I got to look at the replay on this. Where is the foul? Cousin is called for the foul. Okay, now we have something. Now I'm interested. Let me take a look at this. All right, we're looking at Trey. So the foul must have been on the floor then. And do we have another? We have another technical foul. Francis Marion. Why do they keep getting technical fouls when they get the calls going their way? This is the second time that a foul's been called on Brunswick, and then Francis Marion gets teed up. Ball don't lie. That was not a tee by the laws of Rasheed Wallace physics, which I am a big subscriber to. So, Trayvon Miles, 2 free throws, I believe. They're in the double bonus either way, so even if he wasn't in the act of shooting. Miles misses them both, so nobody scratching on that possession from the free throw stripe. 1:47 left to go in the game. Season high in points for Brunswick, and Davies going to add a little more frosting to the cake in what will be a resounding victory here today for the Dolphins. Davies misses the first. Brunswick at 51 points is not quite going to put their name in the record book here in this one. 54 points victory is the 8th best, and they've done that 3 different times. So Davies, it's 53 now, so they're just outside the record book in the top 10 biggest wins all time. And of course, Francis Marion still with something to say, although that 3 was well short. Davies for 3. Oh, couldn't get it to go. Trey Cousin had it stripped. Lance Anthony scoops it up and in. So now, this is a 55-point game. That would be the 8th biggest victory in program history. Replacing 54. Well, that 3 will knock them back out of the record book, at least momentarily. So a 52-point game. Inside a minute to go, Davies is wrapped up, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2 more. It's the Skylar Davies Show here at Brunswick tonight, folks. So 53 points matches, tied with, it's happened 3 other times. Trey Cousin rejected. Frohnbarger gets it out to Lawson with 47 seconds. And they're feeding Davies. Let the man eat. The big piece of chicken at the post-game meal for Skylar Davies, who throws it up, can't get it to go. That ball deflected out. Anthony. Lance Anthony will scrap until the final whistle. $120 points for Brunswick today. That is tied for the 8th most points in a game ever. Shot clock is off, so we'll see if they don't just dribble it out. Lance Anthony is going to go to the hoop, and they're going to call a foul with 9.7. Okay. So, Anthony. Now, if Brunswick, if Lance Anthony, who shoots 50% from the charity stripe this season, if he gets them both, this will be the 8th biggest win in program history. Even if he gets 1 here, as he misses the first, he can tie. So, 54 points. Francis Marion is going to, it's going to be a kickball. It'll go back to Brunswick with 2.3. So the 8th biggest program victory, 54 points. It's been done now 4 times in program history. And 121 points here tonight for Brunswick. Also 8th best in program history. Dolphins are 6-0. They take care of business, remain perfect at home. They are 3-0 here at home. Dolphins will be on the road for the next 2. Tough one on Saturday at the Salkehatchie Classic against Gordon State. We'll be back with you. I'll be with you at the gym. Come say hi if you're coming down to the Holiday Classic, and I highly encourage you to do so. We'll be there broadcasting every game starting on December 17th. And the big one against Monroe, that rematch, which should be a lot of fun, is on the 17th. Until then, my name's Chris Sheeman. Your final score, once again, it's Brunswick 121, Francis Marion 67. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.